rest of Dave.
Well, everybody, welcome to the National Saturday News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California, as we get ready for Eliminations. Top Fuel is going to be first out, and they're towing them out, getting them set up, ready to go. Beautiful day here in Southern California. Temperature somewhere around 80 right now. Well, maybe high 70. Somewhere in that ballpark. Sunny skies. 82? 82 is the temperature currently. 3,900 feet corrected. Okay. Getting some information from the background over here. So, yeah, I got some daytime Sunday race day conditions here at the Soboba Casino. So our first pair up, it's going to be Matthew Ludlow in the Coldwater Kid Top Fuel Dragster. He'll be over on the far side. Out of Litchfield Park, Arizona. The Arizona Air Compressor and FS Curtis team. And they'll be up against Dennis Reich in the Hammer Down Top Fuel Dragster. Waiting for Dennis to pull out here and get ready to start. So we're getting ready for round one of Top Fuel Eliminations. So your number 2 and 3 qualifiers in the fuel field this weekend. Ludlow had the lane choice, took the right lane. Dennis will be over here in the left. So they're going to get the cars out, get them set up, and I believe we're going to do the national anthem and get ready to start eliminations here. On Sunday, it's race day. It's all about the wind lights from here on out. Dennis's car, towing it out. And then get set up, get the starter hooked up and everything. So you're watching the National Saturday News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. Be sure you check out goodvibrationsmotorsports.com. As well as our friend Greg Tongut at Southern California OTR Recycling. Big shout out to him. Todd and Tricia Kinney at Rialto Trophy. And the fine folks at the SCSDA. Some of the great folks on board. Sponsorship of our coverage this weekend. So here we go. Dennis getting the car towed out here. The crew getting the starter hooked up and everything. Morning. Round one of Top Fuel. So we're getting ready for the opening ceremony invocation from Pastor Mike at Racers for Christ, and then we'll do the national anthem. So.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Let's stand up and take our hats off, okay? Our great and awesome God, we thank you so very much for an incredibly beautiful day today. We thank you, Lord, to be led in the United States of America, the land of the free. We celebrate our veterans today, God. We thank you for those who have served us, who have protected us, past, present, and future. Lord, we thank you for our first responders who put their lives on the line every blessed to have this incredible day here in Christ's name. Amen.
Great invocation from Pastor Mike there. And now it's time for the anthem. Over here on the left side of the track, he went 231 at 146 miles an hour. Matt Ludlow on the far side went 238. So 231's the number for Dennis Wright, 238 for Matthew Ludlow, and Dennis Wright's going to the finals in Top Fuel. What a side-by-side battle. It looked like Dennis got him on the tree a little bit and held on for the win. So Dennis Wright's going to the Top Fuel final. Lonnie Reich approves. Very cool. Hammer Down team getting a really nice pass in there to start off Top Fuel Eliminations. 231. Dennis's best pass of the weekend by quite a bit. So, and next up will be the bye run for Marcus Norris, your #1 qualifier. But what a way to start off Top Fuel Eliminations here on race day Sunday at the Soboba Casino. You're watching the National Sand Jag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. We're at the 2017 Southern California Sand Jag Association April Fuels Day event. Yes sir, 146 miles an hour and 300 feet. looks like everybody, like all's good down there. They're just getting the cars prepped to tow off the track, and be ready for the bye run. See who's gonna have lane choice in the final. A really nice run for Dennis there. They, the Top Fuel and Top Alcohol teams had a little bit of struggle with traction earlier in the weekend, and so last night they went in and ripped the track about twice as deep as what it was earlier in the weekend. So the track is really deep, really heavy, and these guys definitely got a hold of it in the heat of the day here for their first run. Looks like we're going to do a quick clean of the track, and we'll be back with Marcus Norris making his first round bye in Top Fuel. And then we go to Top Alcohol and on down the line. So we're in the middle of the first round of Heads Up Class Eliminations on race day Sunday here at the Soboba Casino. We had the junior competitors out here earlier today, tearing up the track. Let's see, who do we have? We had winners in the junior 9+ category. Delaney Browning was your winner. In the junior dragster 9+ category, it was Sunny Graham taking the win in her Rhino. The mini junior dragsters went to Nixon Acevedo. Got around Blaine D'Annunzio there in the final. And the Pee-wees, Madison Holden took the win. So had the juniors on the track. Then we had the pro bracket cars and bikes out for their time trial pass, so they'll go right into first round eliminations after the first round here in the heads up categories. See if I can see the comments. It's a little sunny here. Yes, only 3 Top Fuel cars this weekend. That is correct. So I'm gonna give a big shout out to everybody checking in on the live stream right now. Got a lot of folks from across the country joined in, tuned in, seeing what's going on out here as we're kicking off eliminations in the heads up categories here today in Southern California. So both cars are off the track. We're just waiting for the tractor to come back, and we'll be ready. So our next National Sanitary News coverage will be at the end of next month, April 28th to the 30th. We'll be in Avenal, California at the Avenal Sand Drags Spring Nationals. So if you're anywhere in the Central California area, be sure to go check that out. That's about halfway between Fresno and Bakersfield. So we'll be up there. I'm not sure if there'll be any field cars there that weekend, but we'll have a strong field of Top Alcohol, Top Eliminator, and bracket cars and bikes. They've got a double race weekend. So there's going to be a ton of racing for everybody that makes the haul to Avenal, California for the 2017 Avenal Sand Drag Spring Nationals. Like I said, that'll be next month. April 28th through, well, actually this month now since we're in April, but it's April 28th through the 30th. And then we'll be back here to Soboba last weekend of September, whatever that date ends up. I believe it's like the 29th, 30th, somewhere in there. And that's when we'll be back for the SCSDA Hammer Down Nationals. That'll be a really big race. Yes, I do, Ralph. There used to be a really strong contingent of Top Fuel cars. I remember you said 10, 12 cars in field, but we got 3 quality teams out here right now, and these guys put on a really nice show. So let me check the comments here. Yuma race. I don't know of any racing going on in Yuma currently. Check Dome Valley Raceway's Facebook page. They may have something going on for test and tunes or something, but nothing I'm aware of. Thunder Valley. Be sure to follow them on Facebook, Thunder Valley Sand Drags, or ThunderValleySandDrags.com, Green Valley, Missouri, for more on their events. Track is ready, and it's time for Marcus Norris and the Pat Norris Racing Top Fuel Dragster. Phoenix-based team is your #1 qualifier, the 227. Marcus, the driver, Dad Pat, standing out there, standing to the left there. He's the car owner, crew chief Glenn Micris out there from NHRA fame. Getting ready to make their pass. They're going to be over here in the left lane. So they're going to tow the car out and get ready to start it. We can see what Marcus Norris can do here. Dennis Wright just ran a 231 in this lane. We'll see if they can go quicker and earn lane choice for the final round. So you're going to get an up-close view of them starting this car. Yeah, Russell, I'm not exactly sure what the order is going to be. I believe it is going to be fuel, alcohol, Eliminator, Fast Fours, and then Pro Mod, but I'm not. Don't hold me to it. Well, the truck's going to block our view here. But, He's going to get everything ready here and start up this nitro-burning, Hemi-powered top fuel dragster. Alright, cleared it. So here we go, top fuel. goes 232 at 138. 232 at 138. It looked like he clicked it just a touch early. A really nice run. Looks like Dennis Wright will have lane choice in the final. He was a 31, so we're getting set up for quite a final round in top field later this afternoon. 232 from Marcus Norris on his bye run, and he'll go to the final round against Dennis Wright in the hammer down top field dragster. Really clean looking run there from Marcus. And it, just from here, it visibly looked like he clicked it off, I don't know, maybe 20 feet before the finish line, something like that. So a really good run there for that team. Working on the race day tune-up. So make a big shout out to our friends at Good Vibrations Motorsports. Fortunately, our banner's gotten a little bit beat up here with the wind yesterday, but we want to give a big shout out to Good Vibrations Motorsports. Check them out at goodvibesracing.com for all your high performance mail orders specializing in blown applications. Yeah, that's gonna be a real barn burner there in the final. Those guys are gonna throw some more at it, I'm sure, for the final. But pretty cool. Those guys, all three cars went in the 30s in that session, so pretty impressive. The work on the track definitely helped, and everybody went down A to B and put on quite a show. Looks like we got a pretty strong crowd over in the spectator area again this afternoon, so a little bit lighter than yesterday, but really not much. That's good. That's good. The SoCal Sand Drag Association has been doing a great job of promoting these events. They've had a lot of help from some of the fine local racers like Mr. Greg Tungan and many others. And the guy right there with the tape measure, Mr. Mike Gazzini, puts in a ton of effort. The head honcho of the organization here. He does a fantastic job, and he's out there making sure the track is right where he wants it to be. So very cool. Lots of great folks chipping in to make this all possible. But yeah, Mike and his wife Terry Gazzini, they both put in a huge effort to make this happen, and we want to give a big shout out to them for all of their great efforts. So let's go back. See if there's any comments. Where's everybody watching from today? That's always a good question. We've had some people from all over the country tuned in this weekend. So we should be coming out with Top Alcohol next, live here on the National Sand Drag News live stream. Yep, we got all the heads-up classes loaded in the lanes. Probably, we got Alcohol, Top Eliminator, Fast Fours, Pro Mod, and then we'll be going back to the bracket classes. Looks like we got Pro 1, 2, and 3 guys are starting to filter into the lanes for their first round of eliminations. Looks like we got folks from Texas and Ohio, Vegas. There's quite a few people in the stands, Julie. Definitely. We saw, I see Julie Moran commenting on there. Her husband Ron ran a nice 3:18 in the Wild America Dragster this morning. That may be his best ET. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. So he'll be out in Pro 1 action later on this afternoon. Oh yes, our good friend, the Flying Hawaiian, Junior Alamute, tuning in from Hawaii. San Diego tuning in. Whoa. Wentzville, Missouri. Marysville, Ohio. We know those folks. Yeah, I think Mike and Jerry definitely need to make a trip west and do some professional spectating. I think that'd be a fun weekend for sure. I think you guys know the right person to hook you up with a pretty nice area to sit right here on the starting line. Okay. Well, we are... That's what we're doing now. No tractors on the track. Time to run something. Yes, you are slacking, Mike. That would have been a fun trip for them. Could have hit some of the tourist traps out here and then spent a day or two at the races. That would have been pretty cool. I'll tell you what, though, it was a struggle booking flights for this event because there were so many spring breakers heading to the West Coast, and trying to find something that was decent time-wise and decent price-wise was a struggle. But we're here, we're doing some coverage and watching some sand drag racing here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California. Oh, good to hear Scott Simpson will be out here for the September race. Be good to meet him. Part of the Greg Tungett team. Our friends with Southern California OTR Recycling. Haven't gotten a chance to check in with Greg and see what he... I know he was having some problems with the Jeep yesterday. I don't know if they are able to track down what the problem was or not. He did not make a time run this morning, so not sure what they got going. But it's time for Top Alcohol, round number 1. So unfortunately, we had a couple cars that broke. So Chris Barlow Racing Team, unfortunately, he had some engine damage, and was unable to make the call, as well as Jimmy DePass. Jimmy had some significant engine damage yesterday, so tough break for the DePass Otis Express team, so they're not going to make it. So we had 3 cars, and the way the ladder shook down, we basically everybody advanced to the second round, and so here we go. It's going to be Jim Hammond versus Derek Balkunas. Jim in the April's Dream Top Alcohol dragster in the far lane, your #1 qualifier out of Ontario, California, up against Derek Balkunas driving for Larry Minor Motorsports and Lucas Oil over here on the near side in the Jeep. Jim was your #1 qualifier. Derek was number 4. To the far lane to Jim Hammond. He went 261 at 131 miles an hour. 261. 300 was the number for Derek Balkunas. So 261 for Hammond for the win to go to the final. 300 0-0 at 1:15 for Derek Balkunas. So we'll see Derek back here in a little bit for the final round of Pro Mod. And now it's going to be Jake Morton in the Morton Racing Top Alcohol Dragster. See who's going to get lane choice for the final. Will it be Hammond or will it be Morton? Kind of interesting to note that both top field cars that advanced on took the left lane in this round, but both guys had lane choice and alcohol went for the right lane, so kind of an interesting dynamic there. Really, I doubt there's a difference in the lanes, but hey, maybe they're seeing something, I don't know. So Jake Morton got a solo pass here. The way the ladder shook down, basically there were 2 competition buys and 1 single in the first round, and everybody just passed through to condense the eliminations down. So the way the ladder shook out, the second round bye goes to Jake Morton. Actually, it would be a single run. So here we go, Jake Morton will face Jim Hammond in the final. We'll see what Jake can do here. Jake Morton is going to have lane choice in the final, 2.60 at 128. So just by a few thousandths of a second, Jake Morton will have lane choice in the final. That's going to be quite a battle between Hammond and Morton, just like the top field final, both separated by just a few thousandths of a second here in the first round. Wow, some really good racing action going on here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California, with the Southern California Sand Drag Association, April Fields Day 2017. Watching the National Sand Drag News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. I want to give a big shout out to the Marr family, Jim, James, the whole crew there at Good Vibrations Motorsports. Check them out at goodvibesracing.com or at Facebook at Good Vibrations Motorsports. Give a shout out to Greg Tunget, Southern California OTR Recycling, being on board with us for the 2017 SCSDA season. There's SCSDA right there, Mike and Terry Gazzini and the whole crew doing an awesome job putting on these events. As well as our friends Todd and Tricia Kinney at Rialto Trophy. They're in the house today instead of watching on the live stream. Good to see Todd and Tricia out here. Big shout out to Dennis Strike from Hammer Down Racing. We saw him advance to the top field final a few minutes ago. Morris Family Racing, Rick, Billy, Shelly, the whole crew over there for their support. Fast Track Construction, Mr. Mark Puñoz out of Vegas. We're hoping to see him at the next event. MPC Racing, Mr. Mark Ratliff, and Kevin Williams Racing. So Big shout out to all of those folks that make this coverage possible. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Check out some comments here. Swag's fashionably late again. Come on, man. Yeah, we finished top fuel and top alcohol, and we're going to top eliminator, I believe. And there's Jim Rossi. I want to give a big shout out to Jim and Patty Rossi. Bad Toy Racing Team. We'll see them next month in Avenal for the Avenal Sand Jag Spring Nationals, April 28th to the 30th. I keep saying next month, but forgetting we are in April now. So it is April 28th to the 30th, the exact dates. For more information on that event, go to avenalsandjags.com. What we've got going on with our check grooming scenario here. We got only one tractor operating right now, so that's going to give us a little more downtime between the passes. But it's all good. You see, we got a breeze is starting to kick up pretty good. The wind going from left to right from the view I'm showing you right now, and it was pretty much dead calm until about 10-15 minutes ago. It's starting to kick up pretty good now, which is pretty common here. But we are in the Hemet Valley here in Southern California. See the mountains around us. Some snow caps up there at the top. And unusual to see this time of year for SoCal. Yes, 8 fields should be right up after top eliminator. So we're going to the top eliminator. There's 8 cars in the class, so probably be 2 sets. Probably run 2 pairs and then Jag and another 2 pairs, and then will be the fast horse cars. Check out goodvibesracing.com. Getting some water down on the track. It's drying out pretty quick here with this breeze going across it now. So they've got the water truck heading this way. Give us some liquid traction. Great to hear that, Val. Good to hear a great review on the sand drags from a spectator that came out and checked things out. Man, we've had a really good spectator turnout all weekend. Rick Cameron's watching it from the starting line at the Vegas NHRA Nationals. Awesome deal. Hey, that's living right there as far as I'm concerned. You got the best of both worlds. Next out will be the top eliminator 295 index category. So the object of this game is to combine a great reaction time with an ET as close to 2.95 seconds as possible without going quicker. And there's our water truck. Eliminator, and your first pair out is going to be the Red Warrior, your #1 qualifier, Ron DeArtney, out of Coalinga, California. The DeArtney Farms. Jeannie and the whole crew over there, getting the car ready to go. Ron will be facing off with Larry Snow in the lap dance, blown alcohol buggy. I agree, Lionel. That new rescue truck looks awesome. Motorsport Safety Solutions, they do a fantastic job with all that they do, and they got a really cool looking ramp on that ride. So here we go. Ron DeArtney in the near lane, Larry Snow in the far lane. Larry had a wild ride last night. He had throttle hang open on it. One of the weirdest scenarios I've ever seen in any type of racing is his neck brace actually came off going down the track and stuck in the injector hat, actually hanging the throttle open. So he had the throttle partially open a long ways to the shutdown area, but was thankfully able to get the car shut off and brought to a nice safe stop. Ron DeArtney, he goes 299 at 105 to move on to the next round. Larry Snow with a much less eventful run there. He was passed last night with a 315, which actually was his best number of the weekend, but Ron DeArtney with a 299 will move on to round 2. Moving on to round 2 for the Red Warrior team. So next up, it's going to be your winner from back here in January. It's Billy Morris in the $2 bill Morris Family Racing entry out of La Quinta, California.
Looks like it's going to be listed. Oh, that's right. It's Billy Morris. We're going to find out in just a moment.
And Morris will be facing off with Jeff Liston, the Sand Bomber out of Vegas. Small block Chevy, blown alcohol dragster. Hashtag small block mafia. So here we go. The two dragsters are getting ready to start up. Jeff had quite a run last night. He had the front end way up in the air and carried it down track and threw down a nice little 303 lap to put him in the number 5 qualifying spot. You caught that one, Mike, huh? That was a good one. So, ready for the next pair, top eliminator, round 1, 295 index class. It's going to be Billy Morris in the near lane, Jeff Liston in the far lane. turning on the wind light there. Being shaking his head, walking away, but wow. Here's what happened. Billy Morris goes 086 on the tree to a 122 for Jeff Liston. Bill pedaled it down there and ran a 312 to Jeff's 323. Really surprised to see Jeff fall off from his number last night, as much as he did. He only went 323. Billy did a couple womps down there on the other end and turns on the wind line. So 312 for Billy Morris, 322 for Jeff Liston. Morris is moving to round 2 against Ron D'Arcy. Ron ran lane 4. Smoother out, a little box grader deal. So you're watching the National Sandway News live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. We are here at the Soboba Casino in San Jacinto, California for the 2017 SCSDA April Fuels Day event. We're in the middle of round 1 of Top Eliminator, the 295 index category. Just want to thank everybody for tuning in here. See what some of the latest comments are. Oh yes, definitely don't want to root against your customers, Mike, that's for sure. Big shout out to Mike Ellington, MKE Motorsports. Check their awesome website out at mkemotorsports.com for your Scat Check Kyle tire needs. Folks from Texas, several folks from Texas tuning in. So we're getting ready for the next pair of Top Eliminator cars out. You guys up next? What's that?
You need a little sunscreen there, huh? Too late.
You know you're in sunny Southern California, right?
I have sunscreen on.
Do you? You're just from Michigan.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. We escaped the cold, so yeah.
Weather getting better right there?
Starting to.
Well, I went to Missouri a couple weeks ago. First time I wore pants.
Oh yeah.
Probably what, a year? It was 18 degrees.
Oh yeah.
That was cold. Misery.
That's misery. Yes, I would agree. I would agree with Joe Betancourt there, that's for sure. You guys over here then? So next up's going to be Paul Taylor against Tommy Zavala. Here in the first round of Top Eliminator. Your number 2 and number 7 qualifiers. Waiting for the tractors to come back. They're just making the turn way down there. So we got a little bit of downtime to fill. So thank you, Mr. Junior Alamut. Definitely keeping you posted on what's happening here. Shout out to Andy in Mexicali, Baja, California. Thanks for tuning in. So here's the game plan, folks. We're going to stay live through this next group of Top Eliminator cars, and then I'm going to reset the live feed and come back in for the Fast Fours cars. So we're going to do the next set of cars to go down, and then when they groom the track next time, we're going to go off and reset the feed, and then we'll be right back on for the Fast Fours first round of elimination. So that's the game plan. I think we've been live here for quite a while, so they typically, Facebook likes to kick you off after about an hour and a half or so, so we got to be getting pretty close to that. So we're up to we're running Top Eliminator right now. So we just watched the first 2 pairs of Top Eliminator run. We saw Ron D'Arcy take the win over Larry Snow and Billy Morris got the win over Jeff Liston. Next up is going to be Paul Taylor and Tommy Zavala. And then it'll be Mark Whitmore against Paul Graham. Looks like the feed's coming through pretty good today. I did notice a little bit of the blurring thing last night, so I think that was a camera or a deal with the phone, or the camera in the phone, so I have an idea what was going on there. Kimberly, yes, Billy ran a 312 to Jeff's 323. Just Jeff's car just didn't run like it normally does. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm sure Jeff and Pete and the crew will go through and get her all sorted out and ready for the next race. That's Junior. Big shout out to Joe. He's back here getting ready to see one of his customers go down the track. If you got a blown alcohol car or clutch car of any sort that needs some assistance, definitely give Mr. Joe Betancourt a call. Joe Betancourt Motorsports. He'll set you in the right direction. There's no doubt about that. Out here helping Team Tommy Zavala's car this weekend, as well as lending assistance to the Morton Racing Top Alcohol team. And here we go. Next pair is fired up. That was a really good race. 298 for Paul Taylor, 303 for Tommy Zavala. Tommy laid down his best pass of the weekend, but Paul was able to turn on the win light there. 298 for Paul Taylor, and he'll move on to the next round. Tommy was driving it. That car went hard to the left, and it set down the front tires just in time for him to correct it and keep it straight. So a really nice lap for both cars, but Paul Taylor will be moving on to round 2. So your next pair is going to be Mark Whitmore out of Lemoore, California. The Whitmore Speed Custom, blown alcohol altered. For Mark, his wife Anne Marie, Dad Ralph. Quite a team there. Your number 3 qualifier, last time he ran 297. And he'll be facing off with Paul Graham in the excavator for Graham Tractors Construction. Wife Chris. And their family coming out here and having fun at the sandbag. Paul's son Levi won his first race yesterday with the Motorcycle Sport 2 wins. That was cool to see. So it'll be Mark Whitmore in the near lane, Paul Graham in the far lane. To Mark Whitmore on a hole shot, 3.18 to a 3.17 for Paul Graham. So 318 for Mark Whitmore, 317 for Paul Graham. Man, both cars were spinning really hard. Mark's car especially. Wow. He definitely roasted the tires there at the hip, but man, it paid off for him in the end as he was able to turn on the win light and advance to the next round. So, I am going to reset the live stream. We're going to be back in about 5 minutes. We'll be back in about 5 minutes or so on the NSDN live stream presented by Good Vibrations Motorsports. We're going to reset it and come back with Fast Fours, Round 1 Eliminations. Thanks guys, we'll be back in a minute.